There we go. Now we're good.
You did it, you cracked it.
That's good. All right, thank you, everybody, for being here at the Stormwater Task Force meeting for Thursday, January 23rd. And I'll bring the meeting to order. I've forgotten how to do this. We'll start with public comment. I do see we have a member of public in the Zoom call. If you can raise your hand and let us know if you want to comment, otherwise we will move along.
Yeah, I'm all set for this evening, just sitting in and watching. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we don't have any announcements at the moment, so we'll move on to board discussions. We have a report here that Bill's given us from the Create tool, capital improvement. Oh, I've forgotten what Create stands for. Climate Resilience Evaluation and Awareness Tool. Bill, I see you've gone through here and we've got some actual kind of projections or.
Yeah, so I had reached out, somewhere I saw where the EPA would give us assistance, and it turned out to be assistance with this Create tool. So I had signed up for it, they chose me and some other towns. So I had a series of Zoom meetings, I think it was 4, and we went through this Create tool. So we picked a couple of different scenarios to look at, and I printed out the final product reports that we have there. So it's
I don't have that.
there's only one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Take a look at that one.
Oh, wait, do you have, okay.
Yeah, we have 2 copies.
Okay,
Yeah, so Create looks at climate awareness. So looks at the climate impacts on I chose stormwater. The tool, it works for stormwater. I think it's more designed for wastewater, but it does work for stormwater. So it looks at your risks, your design scenarios of threats based on climate data and consequences. And it helps you to develop adaptation plans that provide resilience. So, I think for us, for the Stormwater Task Force, it goes into the climate, what potentially the climate could look like in 20, 30, 40 years, you can choose. And it does show, it looks like we're gonna be warmer and wetter, right? Meaning there's gonna be more demands on our stormwater systems, right? So I think that's where the tool can help us. And we can use that data when we present this to the different boards in the public, when we wanna get this utility done. I think that's where this tool will help us most.
Do you have an electronic copy of this that you can email?
I do, yeah.
Or did you already email and I missed it?
Nope.
Okay, good. All right. Cause
Yeah, each report
there's like
is
costs in here,
14.
estimates.
Yeah. Yeah, so. It's rough. When I was on the call with EPA, they had a consultant that was kind of running it, there was EPA people. And then they had a design consultant. So, we went through this and best we could, we picked numbers, we picked risks. We try to choose, costs that, might occur.
So this
But
is
now
a
I have
one-time.
access to the tool, I can do other scenarios now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if this is like a one-time thing.
Nope, so I can go in there and create any scenario I want, yeah.
So what are the parameters you change in the scenario? Just weather, like
Yeah.
the risks, like
Yeah,
downplay, we're not gonna get as warm as wet and wet
Right,
as the
right.
tool thinks,
Right,
or,
you could-
okay.
you could change the, the climate, what it's gonna be like. Potentially, you can change the risk, you can change it, and any of the dollar figures you can change.
Does it? I don't obviously know anything about this tool, but does it look into like, okay, Lunenburg, the topography? Does it take that level of
It's-
detail in?
It's location based, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think you start off by picking a nearby weather station, so there's one in Fitchburg. so,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think we can use this to help justify? That's the idea.
Yeah, there's a couple of pages there where it kind of shows what the rainfall is now and what it could be. I forget how many years, we said 30 or 40 years.
Do you wanna walk through it? So to explain what we're looking at? I'm trying to read it, but I'm not so sure I completely understand it. This looks like the mapping the basins, and you're like a third of the way there, right? You want 120K to finish it?
Right.
Okay, that's what I thought.
More.
Like, oh, really? I see 120 right there.
Oh, 120, I thought you said 20, sorry.
Jenny's in the waiting room.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, there she is. Oh, there she is.
Hi, Jenny. We're going through, Create tool that Bill's been looking into. We don't have a copy of that for you.
He sent
But-
it to me. I think
Oh.
he sent me over some notes.
Yeah, there should be another one, which are the notes for the meeting, which will have our CEI update, which is the next thing we'll be working on.
Okay,
But I will be sending out the reports that I got from the Create tool, so you can take a look at it.
okay.
So what does this mean? So what is this? That one I got the impression was mapping the stormwater. And the next page there is,
Right, so this, the page you handed me is the risk assessment results.
okay, for us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Based on the scenario, the conditions you input.
there's a
Correct.
current, and then there's a wet and warm scenario.
Right,
Okay, and that's, what is that telling you is what they would recommend based on those scenarios? Is that what they're doing? You spend?
but these, yeah, the potential risk in dollars, right? So the other one shows bigger changes, right? On these, the dollar figures don't really change, because this is just mapping. The other one was what?
Oh, these are two different?
Capital plan, yeah.
Oh, they are.
Oh, they're different
Yeah.
reports.
These two
Ah.
are different.
Yeah. Two different
Oh.
reports.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought they were just two copies of the
Okay,
thing.
so that one's focused
Okay.
on what now? What is that?
This
trying to
is
communicate?
focused just on continuing to map our current system.
Okay,
So, the risk doesn't really change if we don't have it mapped, not really, right?
so what is risk? What do you mean by risk? Is that like loss to private and commercial
Yeah.
property?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
I was looking at some of the numbers, they're like in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, these
Right.
have millions here.
Yeah, so,
Oh, risk
right, but that's
losses?
a capital.
Or is that how much we want to spend to
Yeah,
reduce the
A
risk?
million.
Is that how much we want to spend, or is
This
that the
is-
risk? Is that how much?
Well, I don't know, 'cause this is adaptation section, so.
Should I put a presentation on this? I know. Attitude,
Well-
long list of things you have to do, right?
yeah. Might be better if everybody reads it first and then.
Yeah,
Sure,
Yeah.
We'll
yeah,
better
yeah.
have a better understanding of what it is.
okay.
Yeah, I went into this cold too, and they had me on the spot, well, what about this number, you know, what about, you know, this and that, I'm like, okay, did the best I could. And luckily, there was enough people on that could help me with it.
Mhm.
Public
They've
health
done other
consequences.
towns already, so
So how long do you have access to this tool? How does it
I think it's forever.
log in? Oh, really?
Log in, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, okay, so it's not like an annual subscription kind of,
No,
okay,
free tool.
yeah. You said you got chosen? What does that mean?
Um, I got an email saying that EPA was, you know, offering help to communities,
okay.
so I said, yeah, okay.
Okay, anyone can get access,
Yeah.
but you got some special pass to get help.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Alright, excellent, yeah, we'll go over that and we'll see. What we can take from it for the next meeting. All right. Next thing we have here is the CEI update. Things seem like they're continuing to progress with the BMP design, looking towards March, I think it said.
Right, so that's a demonstration
yeah.
project, which now we're gonna be doing at the library, in the
Yeah.
rear of the library. Yeah, they need to go out in March, we'll do a test bid, we'll go with the backhoe, dig a hole,
Yeah.
and they can check the soils out there. And then, once they do that, they should be able to wrap up the design pretty quick. Then we can go out and construct it.
I have a painfully obvious question. Do we have to get permission before we go out draft plans?
From the library,
Yeah.
I've already got the permission.
Excellent.
Yeah, they're on board, they're excited about it.
Cool.
Right. Like, cause they do a lot of programming for teaching, right?
Mm-hmm,
So this is a teaching opportunity,
Yeah.
so
mm-hmm.
they're right on board.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did we lose something?
what happened?
They drop off the screen. I think
Yeah.
otherwise we're okay.
It did drop off the screen. The owl is still on.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're still recording, I still got it on mine, but
okay.
I don't know why I dropped it over there. Minimize this.
It's back.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Jenny still there?
Oh, Jenny dropped. Yeah, participants on it too. She dropped.
Huh,
I was frozen. Looked like it was very studious.
Well, that stinks. Right,
she'll,
we are. still
hopefully she'll
recording,
dial back in.
And we still have a quorum, so.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, so the stormwater utility update, they've given us a basic idea of what fees look like. There's a little bit of discussion before the meeting. I think we were expecting something more in the neighborhood of like $60 a year or $15 a quarter for families, for residents. Which I started doing a bit of math is would change the I lost all my math. I think it was like 175,000.
I got like 240-ish.
It would need to be, oh yeah, sorry, it was how much it shifted, so 170 or 160 would go to commercial businesses and the like. So I think we play with these numbers a little bit and see if we can get something that's more to our liking and more palatable to the residents of the town. Because I think, what did you come up with, Renee?
That seems like a good number to me. Well, that's my opinion. That's a good.
60?
60 a year.
Yeah, that
perfectly.
was what we were thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, so the options are to reduce up the budget or
Yeah.
put more burden on the bigger
And there's also
businesses.
chapter 90, right? Is it
Yeah.
chapter 90?
Yeah.
Take a number.
Mhm.
And then there's gonna be commercial. and they add to that, and it's probably gonna pop it up to like. Okay,
Sure.
I think your original plan that you proposed maybe almost a year ago was 1 million.
Right, right, and that's kind of what this is saying.
This is kind of
This
saying,
kind of gets us to the million,
does it get us to the million?
yeah.
So that puts a 250,000 a year just from residential. Where's the other 3/4 gonna come from?
It's a
Right,
quarter
it's
from
saying
chapter
a
90.
$250,000 from chapter 90.
Okay, there's that
And the
much,
rest
okay.
that come from the commercial,
500,000 from commercial.
yeah.
Well,
This
these numbers,
says 350 from commercial.
but it has
Um,
400,000
sure.
coming from residential.
Okay, well, thank
So
you.
these numbers are different from what we talked about in the beginning.
yes.
Yeah, we should try to like nail this down and sort of like configuration manage it, because this is kind of important. Does someone want to put this into a spreadsheet? And kind of like maintain it? So as we kind of like go forward, if anything changes, we can kind of update it. And like,
Oh, sure.
I don't
Yeah.
have my laptop because I came right from work, so.
yeah, so who wants to take that action?
Yeah, I can do
Hey,
it.
all right, because yeah, getting to 1 million, I'm impressed if we can get to 1 million, because that's what you wanted.
Well, it's not without
And
$100 a year.
60? Wasn't it 60 a year?
That's what we initially.
What's
I-
on?
Now I'm
the
going
moment?
from memory
I
though.
think my memory was where it was close to like 100 a year, but now that seems like a lot to me.
Yeah,
And so 60 seems like a
I,
reasonable.
for some reason, I have like a 60 in my head.
That's what I
I think
remember.
that was our original number.
Yeah, yeah.
So with all these things together, it gets him close to what his original budget was. That's great. Now we can just let people decide what is acceptable.
And chapter 90 was always 250, is that,
Yeah,
cause I don't have
Yeah.
anything.
and
with
you
me.
do have a nice spreadsheet that has all the chapter 90
Yeah,
going
you've
forward.
Right.
assuming-
Sent that before.
Yeah, I noticed it
Right,
wasn't
yeah.
adjusted for inflation. which is-
Residential projects every year,
Mhm.
when the, when chapter 93.
So then that leaves commercial industrial. I emailed Jenny to see if she can dial back in, told her that we lost her, but
Yes, I'm not there yet.
no.
I assume as he says they're pulling together the final draft memo, assuming the final draft memo will have what the 10-tier structure is. Cause this is only broken off into like
Right.
3 or 4 tiers at the moment.
Let me ask this question. So Nick's about 3,800 single family homes? Is that right?
I won't go with 4,000, but we did have an exact number at one point in time, and it was real close to 4,000.
Single family, what about,
Multifamily?
yeah, and apartment, where does that fall in?
That's a good question. It's not listed on here.
No. And I don't remember if we discussed it months and months ago.
I
So,
think we've discussed it.
What's
we
it
did.
called now? It's changed names, the big condo complex apartments over there. By
Waverly
Electric
Place.
House.
It's not a right.
Arrive. It was a different name, wasn't it?
Emerald.
Yeah, and E, yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, and then there's just also multifamily. The assessor's office would have all the numbers for the
Yeah.
classes. There's codes for all of the. But how would you handle a place like Arrive?
Maybe CEI has some recommendations.
Maybe as
Yeah.
I would think a commercial. Right,
In the same like tier structure of the commercial, and then it's just split
Right.
between the residents.
Right.
Yeah.
right,
Okay,
right, would give the bill to the property management and they would split it amongst all their
Yeah.
units.
so if I do quick math here. 470, so if we take the 30, just say 3,800 single family, $60 a year, chapter 90, 250,000. To get to 1 million, we're 478,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he's perfect on wrong. If you're a
That's,
little shy of your $1 million
Yeah,
goal, you're not gonna complain, right?
no,
So I think he
we get,
laid out a respectful plan for himself, and I think it was
yeah,
I don't think, it-
Yeah, I think I aimed high, right, so.
yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you remember, but last time we met, we asked, I think you took the action to try and track down what how to manage the costs. Is there gonna be like an independent committee that approves what the rates would be? So once we establish an initial rate, I mean, what's to stop us from jacking it up 10% every year going forward?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I must have written down the wrong things myself, because I went looking into the stormwater requirements through the planning board. So
Yeah.
I gave myself the wrong action, if
Oh.
that's the case.
Okay, so the question is obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how do we,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got this information from the assessor's office when we put the trash contract together, so. Residential units is 4,147. Right,
a
single
single.
family, 3,625. Right,
yeah, I think we'd have to just honestly go assess them based on some criteria, like how much impermeable land
yeah,
or parking space they have.
yeah, I think that's. the-
Especially for the
That's for like a-
complexes.
Yeah, yeah,
There's a lot
well, there's
more.
436 condominiums, so I don't, you know,
Yeah.
Well, I'm a condo
Condominiums.
technically, but I'm a single family home. Flat Hill Village is condo.
oh, so you're under the single family even though you're,
No, I'm in under condo,
okay.
and
So,
it's an HOA, but
Some
it's.
condos are very efficient with how they manage their parking, that's all I'm saying, so it'd be,
Yeah,
kind of makes sense if there's less permeable, non-permeable area per unit. And there isn't a typical single family, it doesn't make sense to zing them, honestly.
Yeah, see, the Woodlands is in there, but we have our own trash. Contracts, so.
right. So we asked for. a
Oh, there they
price.
are, yeah. Okay. I see. They're all listed.
And that is up to the 400 and some odd.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like 500, 600 or so units.
Yeah.
Those
everyone-
all condos?
That's right.
Yeah,
Well, mobile homes too,
Oh, okay,
Right.
so the mobile homes are there
right,
too.
Meadowwoods,
Okay,
yeah.
trailer park, okay.
mm,
Yeah, so we still have some work to do.
a
figure
little
out
bit,
our
but
rate
yeah, if
structure.
we can somehow. Reduce the single
Yeah.
family down from
Right,
100.
so what he gave us is rough,
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, I'll let them know, we don't wanna go more than 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, if our budget comes down, it comes down.
of 2% of properties combined to generate around 900,000 per year. 1, 2, 3. Well. More to come, he says.
Right, it's
Yeah.
just a start.
So we should be able to get to 1 million a year is the bottom line, right?
We can try,
Close.
give it a good faith effort.
Bless you.
1,100 commercial and industrial facilities, we have that many, huh? Includes nonprofits, but excludes municipal and state owned. So. The churches, some of them have really big parking lots, that's all I'm saying. Just kind of makes sense that they should be good citizens and contribute something to this.
Okay.
Good outline.
Up 2% of properties combined to generate 93K per year, of which these include Walmart, Keating, Carousel Lane condos, Lafarge Terminal Warehouse.
Which is a ride.
Oh, okay, so
Okay,
condos have been included as.
At least that complex
Yeah.
has.
Mackey, Aurora Plastics,
'Cause that is a
Builder
big one.
Surplus, Powell Stone and Gravel. More to come, okay. And that's where you saw more to come.
Yeah. So there's
Awesome.
12 listed there right now, but I don't know if more to come means more businesses or
Yeah,
more,
I
And the whole
make the
topic.
argument.
more, yes, yes.
Yeah, the longer that list, the better, because they're gonna pick up 93K per year. Ouch.
So 93,000, I mean, it's not gonna even,
Well,
but
yeah, one,
let's just
two,
ballpark it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
So
9,
the average is
10,
7750,
11, there's 12.
7,000 a year.
So it's like 8K per year for each
Yeah,
of these guys.
That's a lot.
That seems like a lot.
We don't wanna drive out business, right?
No,
So,
no,
No. There's a middle ground somewhere in there, yeah,
right.
okay. Do you see Jenny yet?
Nope.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'll go back to Nick. Then we gotta bring some of these down. We wanna see it in, more of a spreadsheet form, so.
so. Is that the most important next step before we can proceed, is to get the fee structure, is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, it's pretty
Probably.
important.
Yeah.
right?
Okay, yeah, no, I'm just.
Ed,
okay,
and how do we
confirming.
go? How do the raises get, yeah, how we come, yeah. I'd like to know exactly how the raises or the increases are capped every year.
And we'd like the,
So if we don't have any, if this is really well managed, then they're gonna match inflation. If we have a train wreck, some of these crazy events like we had last year, and you have, stuff gets washed out, and that has to get addressed.
and we talked about the billing being part of the tax bill, is that right?
Yeah, you go out with a tax bill quarterly.
The munis thing.
Yep.
Yay. I'm just thinking of the logistics of what we have to think about before rolling this out in any kind of PR. I mean, there's a justification of why look at this at all, and then there's the plan to implement, right?
Right,
So the fee, as far as implementation, it's the cost. How it will be built, how will it be administered and meet and over time. What else?
So
Talking about
administered,
the
administered
benefits of
from
it,
what, from a,
Like a
Town perspective,
monitor,
or-
no, like decide on
he's gonna
fees.
have an administrative assistant.
Well, you're in charge of, well, I don't know, you town manager, I don't know, whatever, but. The pot of money, how it's spent, the plan,
right,
but as far as increasing fees, how that.
right. Do we
How is that decided?
Do we establish a commission, say like the sewer commission, they decide on fees for,
We can
So-
create another. We can't even fill the ones we have.
well, it's an option.
We have to, I mean, it's gonna be an enterprise fund, right?
Yeah,
So. I'm sure there's,
well,
in our charter, it probably describes, some general,
there is no committee for trash, that's an enterprise fund.
Waste removal is enterprise?
What's
You
that?
said waste removal is an enterprise fund?
Yeah, the yellow bags, yeah,
I thought that's pay as you throw.
right. Right,
The
that-
fee structure for the bags that was
Right.
determined.
Oh,
Right.
okay,
so that's, that money, when you buy a bag, it's not going in the general fund, it's going in to the trash enterprise fund to pay for the trash
Okay.
removal.
so who establishes the rates for that?
yeah, the cost of the bags.
Yeah,
How's that done? Who does
so
that?
previously, is before I was here, but I believe town manager.
Okay,
So that fund, they just try to break even,
right, right.
so. Little different,
Yeah. The town
I
manager, can we
just thought
talk
of
to the
another
town manager
thing.
and ask him what he recommends? How we?
Let's wait till we get a town manager.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Staffing, as far as not administrative overseeing, there's, but. You had mentioned hiring, increasing staff to do
Right,
the work.
right, so I think I put like a
3 people?
GIS/project engineer type. And then an admin, for the billing and whatnot, and a heavy equipment operator. That would basically just be out cleaning catch basins and sweeping roads as much as possible. That'd be their primary job.
And so those salaries would have to be paid out of this enterprise fund, and that's
Correct.
built into the million. Okay,
Yeah,
so
a really
that's,
nice spreadsheet with how. you
I
broke that all
know,
out.
I don't have anything, because I didn't go home. I don't have
Yeah.
anything with me. I didn't think I'd be this late. So the likelihood of having to increase the fees over time is probably high.
Probably gonna match
Definitely.
inflation, honestly.
Yeah.
We should tell people honestly, everything's gonna match inflation. And only if there's, a compelling need to deviate from that, just like Prop 2.5, one would think that there'd be a demand for it. Like if things really do get worse, wetter and warmer, then yeah.
Okay. There were any other aspects that we have to iron out before starting a PR campaign or education or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it?
Well, the next thing he talked about in his notes is the PowerPoint, right?
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
that's like the last thing, like,
Yeah.
you have to have all your ducks in a
Sure.
row, right,
Sure.
before you,
Yeah,
like, you can go out and say, we need this, I mean, I guess that's a question, do we start some kind of,
Right.
education, like, this is important, this is something we need to look into, or do we just do it in one thing? This is important, we need it, and here's our plan all in one shot, or do
Sure.
we,
No, yeah,
that was my question when it comes to like the spring town meeting. Do we just have like an announcement to say, this is what we're doing, this is what we're planning on?
like an update from,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like none of the details, but just like, this is something that everybody needs to be on the lookout for.
you're gonna start hearing more about this.
Yeah,
Right, so some of the committees have heard about it because they've watched some of these meetings, they've
Yeah,
asked me.
yeah.
Finance committee, capital planning,
Yeah.
definitely.
Carter highlighted it in his town manager report as we have a vacancy. This one and personnel, must have been personnel.
Yeah.
He highlighted two.
Mm.
I was surprised he highlighted stormwater as one of them. We have one
Hmm.
vacancy. Oh, no, finance committee was the other one he highlighted.
Yeah.
Cause they can only afford to have one member missing and then they don't have quorum. Shoot, do we need to get an article on the warrant to give an update? Because to give an update, you'd have to have an article on the warrant.
okay.
What?
Right.
What needs to be? What does having a warrant entail? Is it
An
just a
article,
thing?
I'm sorry,
Or
an article.
sorry.
We had it in the fall, right? Didn't Tony
There
give,
was one, yeah,
Tony gave a budget task force
yeah,
and municipal building had an update, didn't they? They
yeah,
had one. The previous meeting, not this past, but the one, I think the one before, but it got so late that they passed it over, they skipped the update.
yeah, there was one, right?
But then they gave one this fall, right? It's all a blur to
Yeah.
me now. It all starts to.
Yeah, yeah, Tony, right?
Oh, Tony did budget task force, yeah, but didn't Michael Ray do the municipal building?
He did,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's an article, just
Okay.
to say that there's an update and then there has to be a vote to say, yes, go ahead, give the update. I mean, it's
right,
a formality, but
Sure.
it's
yeah,
necessary.
Okay,
yeah, let me write it up. send
We
it
could,
Over the
do
counter.
you have the
Like that.
previous, the fall?
Yeah.
Warrant, yeah, just
Yeah.
change names.
Right, cause it needs to get in quick.
Well, the warrant closes March 17th. It just opened last week. So
Okay.
I think for budget related articles, he wanted them earlier.
Right,
And part of that, I think, is because he's leaving,
right,
so he's trying to get as much wrapped up to hand off as he can.
right.
But the
Okay.
warrant officially closes on the 17th, so there can be a citizens petition.
Exactly.
So we have time, but
Mhm.
it's an easy.
Yeah.
And it would be literal, like, I think Tony's goal was to do it in 3 minutes. I think he might have gone a little. But it literally can be just that brief. It
Sure.
doesn't have to be a big.
Yeah, I don't think ours would be anything more than that.
Yeah,
I agree.
and maybe Nick can prepare something. I don't know if we want him to present it, or do you
Well,
want to
either,
present?
either Bill or Nick.
Yeah.
I'll
honestly.
be there anyway.
You're gonna, okay, okay, good. I don't wanna,
People do tend to respect contractors.
I know,
They-
I know,
they're-
but I also wanna respect Bill. I don't know if he's
respect
gonna be
Bill.
there for the whole,
Oh, yeah.
The whole
I stick
meeting?
around.
that glorious sunny Saturday in May, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good,
And the last part of his update is, another reason why we should be doing this, the MS4 permit's gonna be changed again, and the requirements are gonna be tougher.
You're in
Right? We can't meet them now, and they're gonna be,
have they enforced anything? Have there been fines yet? I mean,
there has,
really, are they starting
Yeah.
to crack down more now?
well, I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure some towns just totally ignored it and they came down on them, or maybe they fought back and they came down on them.
But we don't
Like-
have any gross deficiencies, right?
This is being recorded.
Yeah.
I just, yeah, it's free information. Like, what you, like, we've always asked you what the issues were, and you said that West Townsend was an issue,
Yeah, well,
and,
they
Flat Hill
want
is
us
an
to be
issue.
sweeping and cleaning catch
Mhm,
basins,
mhm.
certain quantity, we're not meeting the quantities.
right, okay, well, people need to know that,
Yeah,
and honestly.
and now it's gonna be more quantity,
Okay,
so. So we need a way to do that, right?
I mean, we don't have the BMP, but that's in progress. I mean, that was something that was required, has been, right, required?
Right?
The educational BMP.
Right.
in our defense, we had a beautiful plan, it
Mhm.
was nice.
So. I just ran some numbers on cleaning every catch basin in town, it would be $300,000 if I hired a contractor to do it.
Wow,
Contractor, meaning personnel and equipment, the actual.
Yeah.
Cleaning, yeah.
is it more affordable if you integrate it with your, utility,
Yeah, so.
if we do it in-house?
Right, we would do some of it in-house and some of it would have to sub out, cause we'd never
Yeah.
get it all with
I was
one
gonna say,
person.
if, do you have to clean them all every year? What are
Yeah.
the, so how many man hours is that? To do?
We, what was the number? I think we have like just over just under 2,000 catch basins.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
How long does it take to clean a catch basin?
if they're kind of empty, maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
If they're kind of full, maybe 15 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
I mean, I'm just, imagine pulling up to 2,000
Yeah.
stops.
right,
I don't care what you're
a
doing.
year of labor is 2,000 man hours.
yeah,
So that's, if it's only 15 minutes a catch basin, but they have to travel and they have to unload. So was it half an hour per catch basin, maybe on average?
sure,
That's 6 man months.
right.
That's a lot though. They're not
That-
doing
that's just
anything
catch
other
basin.
than that for 6
Just catch
months.
We're
Yeah.
supposed to sweep every
Yeah.
day too,
Okay.
right, so.
Hmm.
So we need, combination, my thinking is a combination of staff and contractors. Right, alrighty.
When do these new requirements kick in? Or have they already?
They have
2025?
not.
Okay. Do you know when they kick in?
I don't think he said, I think they're going through public comment now. So it could take a while.
Okay. Need to sweep twice per year?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
how often do you do it now?
The requirement is once a year. Yeah. Need to replace 4% of your catch basins per year that are in need of repair upgrade.
That's gonna be costly.
How do you, what's is there some criteria? Who decides? That, hey, this needs to be upgraded or repaired? Cause you could say, no, that's good, we're
Well,
good.
part of it is we're supposed to be inspecting too, right? So,
But yourself,
yeah.
um. That's kind of weird, right?
Well. they don't
Yeah, I
wanna
inspect
lie
it.
to
Looks-
the
looks
federal
good to me.
government,
Well-
right?
They're gonna come out and check?
What does it mean they have no sump? What does that mean?
The sump is the area below the inlet pipe, so the water comes in, drops down into the sump.
Oh,
And it's supposed
so
to-
no sump implies it's filled
Right.
with.
Supposed to sit there for a while, so the solid
Okay.
outflow. So a lot of times.
This is really
you know,
worded,
the concrete rots out or the blocks rot out.
okay, this is actually not worded particularly well.
No, it's not.
Need to replace 4% of your catch basins per year that are in need of repair. So that means only 4% of those that need repair, or 4% of all the catch basins?
Good question.
It is,
Yeah,
am I right or am I wrong? It's four, if you got 100 need of repair, you only have to replace four of them, it doesn't make sense. Seems to me you ought to be replacing most of them.
Hopefully it's only 4% are in need of repair,
Yeah,
hopefully.
Okay,
4% of 2,000.
it's a lot.
it's like
80?
80, yeah.
80. Yeah, a new catch basin. $3,000.
The waiver's probably about 3,000 too, right?
Right.
mean-
Installed.
Oh, okay, oh, okay, 3,000 installed. That's not so far to me.
3,000,
Well,
is
we
that,
did it with
are you
our
doing
in-house
an
guys.
outsource? Yeah,
In-house
you
guys, we
thinking-
do it cheaper, just buy blocks and pay for the in-house labor.
okay, so
It's-
all your staff is gonna be doing catch basin cleanings, sweeping and catch basin replacement.
Yeah,
I mean, it's.
right,
That is,
exactly.
you can't
If
do
wanna
that, you
meet
can't
the
do that.
requirement, that's what.
Well, all right, let's see what the
Never
pushback
mind
is when
all
they
the
go to
other work
public
that we do
comment.
all summer long, right?
Yeah. So when did Nick give you is this very recent?
It was 2 days ago.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say if it was, like a month ago or something, maybe they've had the public comment by now.
So what we've done, create tool, conversation with CEI, yearly fees. Conversation with town boards, probably hold off until we've got more information, until we've got
I think the town meeting is the next,
next
the
major.
first and next
Yeah.
communication, you guys.
Okay.
Have just that. First,
3 minutes.
hey, this is
Yeah,
heads up, more to come.
Sounds good. All right, excellent.
Yeah.
Meeting minutes now. Oh, sorry, do you have
I was
something?
just gonna say that the town meeting, maybe what it is, why we need it. Do we wanna get into money? dollars?
No,
I think
no,
not. So just what it is.
I think
why we
just-
need it,
just-
right?
I think we'll get a good temperature read on,
Yeah.
You don't wanna throw out the $15 per order?
No.
That's
Not yet.
scary, that's scary?
well, then
Yeah.
it's gonna slide into a whole. The whole
Yeah.
big picture, the full implementation, which I
Right.
don't think we're gonna be ready to communicate.
Yeah, they're gonna be lined up at the microphones.
Um. I was thinking just of like an introduction, cause some people have heard that there's talk about stormwater utility, and I've already heard the, "Oh, good luck with that. Another tax, good luck with that."
Mhm.
I think introducing, and it will be in the spring, maybe it'll be a rainy day. Um. That's my opinion, is
Yeah.
to just. Short, small, easy intro, this is coming, you're gonna.
Yeah.
Hear more,
I think the same. I don't think it's time to get into the money yet.
just a small teaser. If money I mean,
What you could do is you could say, we're planning on $1 million budget and 25% of that is gonna be
Chapter 90?
post-funded residents,
is what?
residential.
Oh,
That sounds pretty.
Yeah. I mean, you could say we'll be funded by chapter 90, 25%, you
Yeah.
know,
Well,
just ballpark.
Yeah, maybe that, yeah, basically 25%, 25%, 40, 50% commercial, yeah. Maybe that would,
Mm.
it sounds like the burden is on the commercial industries, more, not the residents.
Well,
Maybe.
We got a little time to work on it.
Okay,
I think it is important to mention chapter 90 will be used for it though.
yeah.
Because people have heard that, you know, that $2 million chapter 90
Right.
came out last year and everyone's like, wait, we're sitting on $2 million?
But it's gonna be
How long have we
fast.
had that money? What are we doing with it? So your chapter 90 plan, you know,
Yeah.
um. Okay,
Did everyone have a chance to review the meeting minutes?
I did a while ago, pretty sure I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause
I think
she
I
sent
remember
them,
too.
she sent them out, oh, I read them when she sent them.
Yeah.
Which was a while ago, so I feel like
Oh, sure.
I'm good.
Reread them when I was putting the agenda together, so I'm up to date.
So put a motion?
John's reading quickly.
I can't find it. Oh, frustrating.
If you search for Danielle Mar,
Danielle, oh, there it is, Sanborn task screen. Right there.
It's usually pretty good.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Okay, let me read it real quick.
Um. Nancy Jenny did, cause she was really interested in,
I know. Yes. Something must have happened.
she's, yeah. Really wants to get the stormwater utility going.
It's active last meeting, wasn't I?
It was your. We're going over your slides again?
Which slide specifically? These, mine or?
Yours.
I'm perfectly okay with that. I like to think my slides are basically anticipating whatever questions would come.
No, I think we talked about at the last meeting, wasn't that part of, or was it the meeting before? Uh, Phone doesn't keep all the.
They look fantastic.
excellent. I'll accept a motion to approve.
A motion to approve the meeting minutes from November.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
I
Wonderful, meeting minutes approved. Ongoing business, we've touched on all of these already. So unless
Mhm.
somebody has anything additional, I'll accept a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, I was gonna ask Bill a question,
Oh, never
Well,
mind.
yeah,
Withdrawn.
only because we had some serious rain after the drought, we had some big storms. did you hear anything from Flat Hill and Page?
No.
That's right.
Did you notice
That's a
any?
good sign.
Yeah, did you go by there, check anything? How's it working?
Did go up, I looked at the retention basin and, there was hardly any water in it.
Cause that's been clean, that's,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
that got all done, that's all
it's
done.
It's good now. And a new outlet structure.
Yes.
and a
Did
new
you drive
pipe
by?
going out.
Did you
Yes.
drive by that one resident's house that had the
Who?
flooding?
Sue Whalen?
Yeah, we
Susan?
did some berm work there.
Yeah,
And she's not gonna get water, well, she still could get water, but not coming down her driveway.
okay. Do you
or
think
front of
the
her property.
retention basin improvement helped at all?
It must have, I don't think we had enough water to fill it. So,
And we had that long drought all fall, right?
Yeah.
But then we got some
not
good
much though.
storms, not like the 11-inch Lemonster
Yeah.
storm, but.
I don't think it filled.
Okay, cause in the past, wouldn't that have, you would have, do
Well,
you think you would have had, between
yeah.
fixing the pipe on Page Street, right?
yeah,
And the retention basin, and maybe I mean, before all that was done, do you think you would have gotten calls?
maybe. Maybe,
Like Karen Menard's basement would have been flooded? I should ask her if her basement flooded.
it's a possibility. She probably would have reached out.
Yeah,
Yeah, again, I don't think that basin filled up from that rain we had. So. But before, there was always water in it, so something.
never it was-
Didn't work right.
no, it was essentially an
The
impermeable
ground
surface.
was-
I mean,
Yeah, the ground was very dry,
yeah,
and it was like a sponge,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm not so sure we had enough rain to really like cause runoff.
exactly.
But even during that drought, well, I don't see how, cause it was repaired.
Yeah,
In the past, it was,
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw it before.
No, I've never seen
yeah, it
it.
was full of water and reeds and,
It was
Cat
not
nine
functioning
tails
at
and-
all.
yeah, it wasn't working right.
Good, not hearing anything,
Yeah,
is so
sounds
good,
good.
we'll see how the
Yeah.
spring goes.
Right,
I'm glad when
That's
people
the
come in
best.
and, you know, have issues and then they get resolved, that's nice.
Alright. I kept meaning to email you about it and I can't. I'll second the motion to adjourn.
Second,
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
I.
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, everybody. It's a good